Guys, we have a huge nerf coming our way, which honestly is not really going to affect a lot of players. It's very odd that Plarium chose to do it now because they knew exactly what they are releasing in the game, right? So I find it really, really odd. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts as well. I know the Mega Krakens, some of them will be happy. Some of you guys, 99.99%, won't give a flying F about it because there are much bigger problems in the game, much bigger issues that will actually affect the majority of the players. QOL changes, nerfs, buffs to other champions, nerfs not so much, but seeing a few champions like Atranda, for example, going on doing what is doing for such a long time, affecting so many players, is odd to see that they chose to touch on this one now and not on other things. But either way, I am talking about one of the relics. If you guys remember, and you will remember, we had that Chaos Awakes event, right? Which basically put 100 Krakens in there to compete for one item, which was the most powerful relic in the game for PvP, not for PvE. Now, personally, if I was going to be that person trying to get to the first place, I would probably delete the game today. Maybe. I would get pissed anyway. The whole idea is that if I give my kid a candy, right, I can go 5 minutes later and say, give that candy back to me because it's bad for you. I knew exactly what I was giving to him when I gave it to him, right? A lot of people spend money, a lot of people spend all of their resources to try and go for these freaking materials. The legendary ones, especially the mythical ones. Hell, I was this close to drop the guaranteed legendary from the Hero Pair event, if you remember, to go and get the mythical materials. But then I was like, wait, it's too much RNG involved in there, right? I know a few of you guys that said it in the comments. Skratch, I got the relic, okay? Now, that's what I'm saying. I get both points of view. Nerf it, don't nerf it. I just do not think that was such an important thing that required this type of attention. What I think it happened, and I'm saying this because I've seen it over and over and over again. On that leaderboard, if you guys remember, they were the top 10 biggest Krakens in the game that competed to get the first place, to get a crown of corruption. The second place got the Skull of Treason, which was not that great, right? But basically, the first place won it. The other 9 went and complained to Plarium in the Supreme Club. And Plarium was like, okay, you guys don't want to compete anymore. You don't want to spend because you feel like you cannot compete with the guy that won. We're going to take some action. That's exactly what happened, okay? And I do not think that things should be handled in this way. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty positive that I am not. Now, as I've mentioned, from the other point of view, I do get the point where players are saying, well, my God, this is too busted. It's too powerful, right? How am I going to compete with this person that has freaking 600 speed now? How am I going to defeat his team, right? And it's mainly related to this arena, especially live arena, okay? Because the top 20, let's just say, that are getting matched all the time with each other, maybe top 30, top 40, they are the people that will get affected by this. I won't get affected by it. You probably won't get affected by it. Because, personally, I already know when I'm fighting a player that has, I don't know, a freaking team that's +4 mythical, 6 stars, I know it's going to be very hard for me to win. I might lose 9 out of 10 fights, okay? And it's the reality. With that relic, without that relic. But I just think there are much bigger issues that should be solved. And I just hate when this happens in any game. This is not something directed to Plarium or to Raid. It's just in any game. If you give one thing out, knowing what that thing does, do not change it after just because somebody complained about it. Other people spend money to try and get it. So I I'm totally against this type of things. What's gonna happen next? Are they gonna nerf Galatir? Are they gonna nerf Nice because they're strong in PvP and I don't have them and I'm gonna go and complain about it because I'm a big Kraken? So I'm really against this type of things. But as I've mentioned, yes, that relic was really powerful. Busted. It meant that a lot of, not a lot of teams, but some teams became almost impossible to beat. Not impossible, almost impossible to beat, right? So leaving all that on the side, let's actually head on to the raid digest and see what changed, guys. And let me know in the comments down below, how do you feel about things like this when they happen? Not necessarily related to the relic on its own, but just in general, right? So we have the raid digest, guys. The summer is in full swing, and we have the new fusion coming. Croc had the Throat Reaper. At the moment, he does not appear in the skill description for Shaik, right? So basically, I've seen this in the comments. Skratch, the Hound, will not work with him because he's not in here. It will only be added once the new hero is in the game. The new champion is in the game, right? That's when they're going to add his name to the list. Basically, that's going to happen on Monday with the update. But rebalance of the Crown of Corruption relic. Following a review of recent usage data and players' feedback, okay? I really do not think they have much data on it. Not many players have this relic. Probably a few hundred people have it. Not many players complained about it. Let me know in the comments down below if you complained about it. I'm just curious to kind of like see how many actually complained about it, right? But I've seen the people that competed for it and did not get it that complain about it, okay? So I've seen that part. We've determined that the Crown of Corruption relic provides an excessive speed boost, making it too overpowered in the current state of the game. I mean, you guys knew that before you released it in the game, because that's why you've put that as the first place. That's the carrot that the Krakens had to follow. To improve game balance and player experience, especially when facing opponents equipped with a Crown of Corruption relic, it will be rebalanced and aligned with other relics of the same rarity regarding the speed increase in the next update, 10.6. So, I would be really gutted if I would have it from the first place, and knowing that I spent so much money to try and get it, which is my dumb decision. I'm the idiot that did it, right? Let's just assume so. But I would be really pissed off. And I know a lot of people that will be pissed off that got it from the materials that they've spent money to try and get, basically, right? The people that did not get it, they won't be angry. They will be happy because oh, I don't have it. I don't care about it, right? But it's just weird when things like this happen in the game, though. So basically, it will have 24 speed, 3 damage, and HP as the stats. Similar with other mythical relics. But the actual effect will be the following. While you have more than 50% HP, you deal this much damage up to 25% and receive this much damage up to 25%. While you're under 50% HP, you deal less damage and receive more damage. So, personally, I think that if they were keeping the relic as you see it right here in blue from day one, the players were still going for it because it's a good relic. Now, because they nerfed all of that speed, I do not think that this second part should be included. 25% additional damage while we have that relic on full HP is not breaking the game. So we have absolutely no need on a mythical relic to add this part to it when we're under 50% HP, because that will almost make the relic feel weak, okay? Not great for supporters, because if they're under 50% HP, they're gonna get demolished. So if they would remove this part, it would still be a very strong relic. Not busted, but a very strong one. With this part in it, is a relic that if I'll get, I'll get. If not, I don't care about the relic, right? As simple as that. But either way, that's what they've done. Now, what's even better is the compensation to players that actually have the relic. They're going to get 650 star stones so they can remove the relic from the character that has it equipped. Okay, huge compensation. What can I say? Great stuff happening right there. Honestly, it's just such an odd thing. Like, Tranda has been doing tens of billions of damage for a few years. No other champion was getting close to it. They've introduced Titus now, okay? But before Titus, they haven't really tried to adjust it. They've changed Hydra, they've nerfed all of the other champions, and empowered Tranda even more, right? So, I don't know, I find it very odd. There's so many other things that require attention. Balance champions, man. Rebalance more champions. Buff more champions that are just sitting in vaults, right? Make them more useful. Then changes to Stormcaller Relic as well. Of course, if they modified one, they need to bring in another one so people don't go crazy. The Stormcaller Relic, guys, basically was not triggering Polymorph when you apply stun on enemies. So they're fixing that now. We've noticed incorrect behavior of Stormcall buff from Stormcaller Relic that places stun on enemies. Now, this has been like this since day one. And what is it now? 6, 7, 8 months, something like that. Now, stun from Stormcall buff cannot be resisted and does not trigger Polymorph. Oh, or was triggering Polymorph. So this is a good change. Sorry. I thought that was not triggering Polymorph before. Like, I am 1,000,000% that people were saying that is not triggering Polymorph. So basically now they fixed that, so it's not triggering it anymore. Maybe it got broken on the way and it started triggering Polymorph, and now they're fixing that part. That is not the way it should work, as it damages the overall game balance. We will fix it in the nearest release. No, that actually, wait. Let me read this again, because yes. So before was not triggering it. Now they will fix it so it will trigger it, because this is once again damages the overall game balance. Yeah, like everybody has one of these relics, so we cannot play the game anymore. It's like we're going in arena and all we're seeing is this, making our life a living hell. And oh my god, my 6-star blessing that I've spent money on is not triggered by this relic. What am I gonna do? Oh my god, oh no. How can we have something like this in the game disrupting the whole overall game balance? We will fix it in the nearest release, not after this one. But we expect stun placed by Stormcall buff to work like a regular stun debuff. And that means it can be reflected by Wand of Submission, Relic, or Deflection sets, and can be applied due to Hand of Uncreation Relic effect and can trigger Polymorph. Then, basically, some issues with the Live Arena season points now resetting. Apparently, it's just a visual bug, so it's not like you cannot compete with those players because they already have all of the points, right? It's just visual. And then gemstones in milestones of hard faction wars instead of the chests. I knew what gemstones I'm gonna get day one when they release this. Like, if I'm going into the game, right? And it's different for different players too, but there is no RNG when you're opening the chest. So right here you see a chest. I'm slacking with faction wars, guys. I just do not have the time to grind this stage, for example, on Sylvan Watchers. Is very annoying, and I have no patience for it, but I'll do it at some point to get the champion. Basically, before I collected it, was no chest. Was showing me the exact same gem I was gonna get. When I clicked on it 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, that's exactly the gemstone that I've got. So it was no RNG. It's not like, oh my god, I have the chance to get any of the mythical ones. You do see 2 chests right here, but before I collected them, there were no chests. They were showing me the exact same gems that I was going to get, which means that they are predetermined from the moment you have the faction wars in on your account. There is no RNG when you open that, when you click on collect. It's just the same gemstone that you're seeing there displayed. So they're saying that that's not the case, but I've experienced it, and I've seen other players that experience the same thing. And Clan League challenges. Winning a siege in tier 7 and 8 will be added to the Clan League challenges. We plan to add these challenges to Clan League in the release. Points will be added retroactively. The rewards are actually decent. My clan is in a tier 8 because we are absolutely demolishing everybody. Let me just flex it a bit. So, number 1 clan for CVC, guys. you're getting 50 materials in tier 8 for relics. So every 1 month, you're getting 100 mythical materials from there, which gives you a chance to get a mythical relic. Pretty good compared to any other game mode from where you're barely getting any mythical materials, right? And just to end it with a positive note, guys, everyone's favorite game mode is coming back on Tuesday. This time around with personal rewards. And you're going to have a chance to fight and spend money and open your wallet for those relic materials. And who knows? Maybe you're going to get a crown. Actually, you're not, because you cannot get a crown from there. But that's it pretty much for this video, guys. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on it, because personally, I feel polarized by the whole decision of them nerfing that relic that affects literally barely anyone in the game. Either way, much love. Appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.